who is the founder of Oanda, which is, as you guys know, one of the largest market makers slash, I'll say market making slash brokerages in the game, regulated brokerages in the game. Oanda stands, whoa. And Oanda stands for Olson and Associates, bears the name of the founder, Richard Olson. He's agreed to come speak at the FX Summit. At first, there was some COVID issues of why he couldn't fly out. He's still unable to fly out, but what he's going to do instead is speak virtually at the conference. So I'm really excited to have Richard Olson there. I think it's going to take the game to a whole nother level. As opposed to just having the retail crowd, we can also have the institutional executives come and talk to us. Why did he start Oanda? Why is no fees so important? Why is low spread so important? Why are other market makers, dicking us around with these fees? How come they're not dicking us around with fees? Those kinds of things are really important conversations to have. Okay, let's go through these. I learned lose my fear calling out trades in front of people. I learned how to lose my fear calling out trades in front of people. Yep. I also learned to not force trading. Forcing trades just to be in a trade is like shoving a round peg in a square hole. Awesome takeaway. I learned patience and not to rush into the whipsaw. Very big one. That's where a lot of folks lose money. I learned to mark up important zones and to wait for entries, waiting for bullish order flow before entering buys and vice versa. Okay, awesome. Can short GJ right now. It's up to y'all, man. I'm telling you, this is the last call of the year. I understand that everyone wants to squeeze 50 pips out of the account, but that $200 is not going to change your life. It's really time to put that shit aside. All the money should have already been made. If you haven't already made your money by December 30th, it's a problem and you fucked up. Now it's time to figure out how could I have made my money earlier. I made most of my money in the first 2 weeks of this month. And so I'm just trying to have a conversation with you guys to wrap up the lessons of the year. If you're not interested in that kind of discussion, you can go take these trades yourself. If you guys want me to call these trades out, I'll give you guys the trades in the next 30 seconds. Pay attention and don't blink. NASDAQ, it's going to short again. The next short price is 430, and then we can take a long here off the double bottom. If you don't take the long at 430, you're going to miss the trade, and I can't do nothing for you. 430 is the long position. If the market shoots up and hits one of these Fibonacci levels, like the 16,600, you can also short from up here. So shorts at 16,600, longs at 16,430. Someone said GJ. GJ just been breaking and retesting. So you take the most recent bullish impulsive push, measure it from the bottom to top. Oh, that's why I'm missing the 38.2. Okay. Beautiful double bottom off the 38.2. Now we have this consolidation range right here. Price is breaking and retesting the consolidation range. So the trade looks like entry off the breakout. Stop loss below the consolidation zone. About 50 pips of risk, 2-to-1 R&R. TP1, 155.9. TP2, 156.49. That's honestly what I believe. If we look at the higher time frames, there's a giant zone here with just no traffic. All right, there's no traffic here. There are no sell zones. There are no buy levels. There's a minor buy zone right here. I guess there is a minor buy zone right here. So this would be a pretty good area for re-entries, in my opinion. I know you said shorts, but honestly, the momentum is still bullish. We're still breaking and retesting highs. I still think we can push up. If we push up a little bit and then just start to break under, then you can just trade the head and shoulders back under 155.4. Either way, that zone is 155.4 if you guys are interested in GJ entries. If it goes like this, under, then you can look for this retest and trade this thing down. All right, no surprises here. We're basically just consolidating. creating a wedge formation. This is basic, just algorithmic trading. Higher highs, higher lows. So if you guys want to scalp US30, it'd probably be off this trend line, either buys, or if we break under the trend line, you can look for shorts of the trend line and back down. Either way, as soon as the market starts to create structure like this, where it's respecting a specific zone, where it's respecting a specific structural kind of like pattern, like this wedge that's forming, basically you just short the top, short this resistance, and then go long at the trend line. So what I'm expecting now is another touch of the trend line. We're either going to get rejection or a push down. All right, if we look at where we are, we're back at all-time highs. And so we are either going to reject this all-time high and then just come crashing back down, which is honestly the most likely thing. Buyers don't get too excited when they see previous all-time highs because there's not as much confidence for them to keep buying. There's nothing to really stimulate the economy. So it's really just who thinks it's going to go up. And the higher something is, the less likely that people buy it just for no reason. So I think that we might see a little bit of consolidation here before it lets off some steam. 36,300 would be the downside target. So I really think that we're going to get something like this, a break back under, a retest of 36,550, and then a crash back down. Let me go ahead and post this. Something like that. Alrighty. Any questions on pairs? Any questions on pairs? Check NAS 100 for I just arrived now, please. Are you going to show up 20 minutes late, man, and ask me to go through NASDAQ, man? I learned to trade what I see and react to what the market is giving, what the market gives instead of predicting. Also learned a lot about myself and my emotions and how to ask great questions. Bianca, that's awesome. That really does show growth, right? Because now you know exactly what you took away. You know that you took away a very important lesson about not predicting and reacting, being flexible in the market. So whenever you're lost next year and you say, damn, you know, I kind of feel like I don't know what I'm doing in these markets. You can always go back and say, okay, my job is not to predict, it's to react. My job is to understand myself and my emotions so I can be the best trader. And my job is to ask great questions if I don't understand something. So the lessons you took away are going to help you get out of almost any situation next year. Versus most of the other folks that are going to be trading, that's just like, next year is going to be a repeat of the same mistakes as this year for a lot of you guys. I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen probably 50% of you on any of the one-on-one calls. And so I can't tell you with confidence that you're not going to repeat the same mistakes next year. So if you do not want to repeat the same mistakes, if you want to be better next year, you're really going to have to take some time and write down the things that went wrong this year, the things that went right, and make sure that you guys get those down. The long was this wick. You know, there was a nice break and retest. Now that we're starting to come down and fill, it's just the way it looks now. It's looking like it wants to fill that wick and continue coming down to 1780. But like if price gets caught right here at 1797, then it's just going to create a higher low and push up.
$17.98, bro. That's what I see.
The longs?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty high reaction zone. We got all these rejections here, rejection here. My thing is that we already had the bullish rejection. And the next candle has not continued bullish. It's coming back down to fill. So maybe a double bottom.
Double bottom, yeah.
Yeah, buy limit at 1797 would be good.
1797. Sounds good.
Dragon says, I'm with Omer one-on-one. He's whipping me into shape. Bro, he's the GOAT. I'm telling you guys, find a coach that matches your style. Find a coach that has what you need and work with them. All of the coaches on this team are qualified to put you in the position to succeed. All you have to do is listen and pay attention. A lot of folks, they'll get on these calls. They'll be like, okay, I want this coach to tell me what I want to hear. And then we don't tell you what you want to hear. We tell you what you need to hear. And it's like, oh, okay, that's not what I was looking for. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. Imagine if you actually paid attention and did what we said. all the students in here that actually do that stuff, you know, the growth is insane. We say take 4 trades a week, make sure that you're managing your risk this way, and make sure you don't overtrade, trade these sessions, et cetera, et cetera. And then they do it. And they're like, hey, I flipped a $100 account to 500. Hey, I flipped $1,000 to 4,000. Hey, I just passed my FTMO challenge. And I think to myself, what makes this person different than the rest of the students that haven't been able to achieve these goals? Well, really, this person just, you know, stopped, you know, they really just followed the blueprint. They didn't keep sitting there like, oh, what if? Like, what if this happens? And what if I try this? And what if I do this? No, they just did it. There was no what ifs. They just followed the blueprint. It's magical when that happens.
Just rejected 1800 on gold. Can you fit that move? Let me see if I can annotate here. From bottom to top. Yeah.
71 perfect.
Right here. That's what I'm looking for. See, previous resistance right here turning to support. I like that level.
I like this. I like this idea the most.
Beautiful.
Third touch trend line, break and retest. Whenever I see the stair stepper, break and retest off of the 61, break and retest off of the next fib level, break and retest off the previous highs. That should be the next move. Make a baby inverse head and shoulders right here.
Yep.
So what we need to do is we need to see this candlestick close above this previous high. We really need to see it break. If we can't break, it's probably going to come down a little bit lower for a double bottom.
Yeah, I think the double bottom will happen. If it breaks above this high, it's just going to keep on going.
Yep. Right. For now, but on the smaller time frame, I still see bearish momentum, retracement, double top. So that's kind of like, you know, this is the zone now. If it breaks below, that's like my base case, only because I'm seeing the double top. But you know this pair, man. You know this pair. Third touch on that. As long as it's respecting this trend line, that's a...
Man, that trend line looks crazy, yo.
Yes, sir. Trend line looks crazy. Fibonacci, 71, right at the trend line. This position right here from 98 up to 1801, that's 30 pips right there.
Yeah, that 98. I think it's going to come back down and refill, like kind of grab liquidity. So I'm waiting for it. I'm ready for it for 98. That's what I'm trying to get in at. Then there's previous structure areas too.
I'm just looking at something real quick. Like when the market breaks above, I'm trying to see what zone it retests. It looks like it's that 98 zone. That 98 zone gets retested every single time we break above.
Yeah, that's where I took my longs yesterday.
1798. So look, bullish break above. Where's that retest?
98.
98. Bullish break above. Where's this retest right here? 98. Bullish break above. Where's this retest right here? 98. Bullish break above, and now we're retesting the 98. So this is very valid. Very, very valid.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'm expecting NASDAQ to continue bearish today. I think at the market open, we might see like a double top right here and then down to 430. But I am not taking any trades today. Just wanted to go through some of those trades for you guys if you're interested. But I told you, end of the year, I'm really trying to take it easy. I've already made the money I need to make. If I haven't made the money I need to make, now is not the time for me to churn my account. Now is the time for me to review. If I'm going to review something, look at Euro USD. Euro USD has been consolidating, but what's been the same is every time it hits the 136 level, 136, 136, 136, 136, it's a short position. So right now is a pretty valid short position, and I see that target 119. Right? Every single time we hit the top, we reject. It's up to you guys. It went up and hit the 88.6, and now it's retesting the 78.6.
News just dropped.
What news?
Jobless claim.
Yeah, I think there was like a manufacturing. There was not Philly. There was another Chicago PMI. Okay, so let's look at this news. Nationwide HPI, housing, mortgages, okay. Housing price index for the Great British Pound. Housing price has gone up. The economic barometer for the Swiss, joint's looking good. Euro, the Spanish flash CPI, the annual CPI, so the price index, the consumer price index, which is a measure of inflation and how much consumers are paying at the stores, that's gone up. So inflation is at 6.7%. This can't be right. Hold on. I think I'm reading this wrong. Jesus Christ. God, what? God, this is at 6.7%. All right, I want you guys to pay attention to something. Look at this number from back in July. These are what normal inflation numbers look like. 2 to 3% growth in the price of goods and services every year. That makes sense. Almost 7% inflation. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. So, like, look at here's how you guys have to think about it. Rich people, what do? They put their money in investments, right? Why do rich people put their money in investments? It's because cash loses value every year, 3%, and they don't want to lose 3% every year. You guys see what I'm saying? And so they put it into an asset that might make 10, 12, 14%. When you're losing 7% a year, imagine if you only made 8% on your investments that year. You make 8%, you lose 7%, you basically only made 1% return that year on all of your investments. You can't make money in an environment where things are getting this expensive. Now, even worse, imagine if you don't own any assets. Imagine if you are lower income and you actually don't own a house, you don't own stocks, you don't own cryptocurrency, you don't own any assets that appreciate in value. Now, all your groceries are getting 7% more expensive. You go to the grocery store, instead of paying $100, now you're paying $107. Instead of paying $10, now you're paying $10.70. It doesn't seem like a lot, but trust me, 7% increase every year is insanity. So that's what we're seeing, guys. Euro getting hammered right now. The world not in good shape. Unemployment claims, less people filed for unemployment than they did last month. This should be a positive measure. However, there's less people unemployed, but there's still a lot of open jobs, which leads us back to a supply shortage. So this is, even though this is positive for the economy because less people are applying for unemployment from the government, we still have 12 million open jobs, which means that nobody is doing the work that needs to get done for us to produce the goods that we need to produce, for us to buy the stuff that we need to buy. So even though this is slightly positive, overall, the unemployment news will be negative for the stock market. Some more news dropping after the market open is Chicago PMI. This is another measure of inflation, but this is not for consumers, not what we buy, but what the producers are paying for their goods and services. PMI is a leading indicator. If producers are paying more, then in 4 or 5 months, we as consumers will have to pay more. What's it called? CPI, this is a lagging indicator. It tells us what the consumers are already thinking. So leading versus lagging, you can kind of get an idea. Natural gas storage, this is big because climate change, big deal. And then China, don't nobody really care what's happening because they're playing their own game. Alrighty? So overall, this stuff is bearish. That's my take on this news. He said, move that money to crypto. Yeah, if you're smart going into next year, you'll have already transitioned your assets into cryptocurrency or another inflation hedged asset. So we can see the value of gold start to increase. Gold is actually a little bit up in the air because we don't know if people are going to sell their gold in order to buy crypto. We don't know that if folks are going to transition their gold holdings into cryptocurrency. So gold is one of those things that's, for me, it's still up in the air. It really could go bullish or bearish. My base case originally was like, yeah, gold's going to go to 2,000 because folks are going to move their money out of stocks. They're not going to put it in cash. We just talked about losing 7% a year. No investor in their right mind is going to hold cash. All right. If you guys have cash in the bank, unless it's an emergency fund, unless it's for emergencies, you have to ask yourself, I'm losing 7% on this money by just letting it burn up here. Is this responsible for me financially? And you're like, probably not. probably not the most financially responsible thing, then you'll move it over to an inflation hedge asset. So investors are going to move it over to either gold or cryptocurrency. I think that because gold is going to become less favorable, because you can't really move it around, it's really hard to break into smaller pieces. It's hard to move around the world. People are going to transition a lot of their gold holdings to crypto, and crypto is going to see a giant rise next year as a response to this inflation crisis. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take a short position on Euro USD. Small lot size. I'm really not looking to make big money on this. I'm literally just looking to take a risk and reward trade here. So I'm literally only going to take a small position, probably 0.25% risk. Risk and reward on this is about 2.2 to 1. So not a problem. It's great to see everybody on this call. This is the last live stream of the year. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please just drop a like and maybe a subscribe if you guys are enjoying this content. If you've been getting on the live streams this year, it's really great to have you guys on. Appreciate you for the support. Appreciate you guys for the continued dedication to improving your skill set. We are going to do our best next year to make these more engaging. We're going to find ways to kind of keep everybody involved, to keep everybody on the same page. But our biggest priority is that folks are using our knowledge to get ahead in trading. We've put in a lot of time in trading to what I would say develop ourselves and develop our skill set, and we're trying to share that with you guys during these live streams. So I hope to see all of you guys next year. We're going to turn this thing up a notch. We're going to have other coaches and educators on this call sending out their own signals, because we need those different perspectives. I always appreciate Stefano getting on this call, sharing his perspective on gold, which right now is actually playing out in his favor. That beautiful rejection off of 1798.
I'm already in. Balls,
beautiful.
Balls deep, bro. I'm not really trying to like you said, not trying to make big money. I'm just having fun at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I told earlier in my call, it's the last day of the year. You know what I'm saying? Why people's trying to push trades, but me, I'm just like, Bitcoin also blessed me today, yesterday. It's just so easy at this point.
Bitcoin has been playing so algo inside of this range. It's honestly kind of insane.
Bro, I got buys right down here at 46.5.
That's too easy, bro. It's too easy. It's too easy. I caught this short with Justin.
That short was really crazy too. I saw it, I shorted it, and I honestly, what I did was I closed really early because I was really bullish, so I closed around this.
Look at this, bro. This is my strategy right here. When it breaks, as soon as it breaks under the zone and it creates a double top, that's your opportunity.
Shit melted, yeah.
Its chance to recover was right here. The chance for it to recover was right here. So because it didn't break above here and created that next high, I was like, all right, this thing is going to come down. And now I'm still expecting a double bottom and push back up.
They could do that.
Well, it's the end of the year. Here's how investments work, because I really feel like we don't talk about this enough. At the very end of the year, rich people make bad decisions because they're trying to save money on taxes. And so what they'll do is they'll sell off good investments that they actually want to hold. You feel what I'm saying? They might sell off a shit ton of cryptos just to pay their taxes in another category. They might sell a shit ton of cryptos to buy an asset to get a tax write-off. This shit is happening all year, or all December towards the end of the year. Then what happens going into next year is all of the institutional traders have a fresh profit and loss book. So let's say it's Barclays. Let's say that you're an FX trader for Barclays and you're managing a $150 million book. What you'll do is you don't want to be risky towards the end of the year, so you'll close out all of your open positions so you can cash in your commission. Because institutional traders, they trade for commission. You make $20 million that year. Let's say that you get 10% or 20% commissions. So what they're going to do is they're going to close all the open trades, bag their commission, and then have a fresh P&L statement going into January. And they're going to use this fresh P&L to buy up all of the speculative things that they couldn't buy at the end of the year. So let's say Mr. Barclays trader wants to buy Bitcoin. He can't buy it because he's trying to bag his wins. He doesn't want to take the risk. So what he'll do is he'll wait until January and then buy it up in January. So we see sell-offs end of the year. First 4 weeks of the year, we're going to start to see a lot of rebalancing. So that's what I want you guys to pay attention to.
So you mean like the rest of the crypto family, they would actually start assets as far as altcoins and all these other assets, but in terms of like long-term investors with Bitcoin, I would seriously doubt that someone that invested in Bitcoin when Bitcoin was 3K or maybe even 7K, it would actually sell out Bitcoin, because we all know, as we know, it's a long-term thing. So like
we know that, but when that tax bill hits you and you owe 2.7 million to the government, everything changes. You see what I'm saying? Like when you need a tax write-off, it really doesn't matter to these people. They're going to do whatever it takes to make sure they don't have to pay $2 million upfront in taxes.
They just want to write it off. Okay.
They need to write it off because you're going to have to pay that money out of pocket, $2 million out of pocket. Now you have to ask yourself, am I going to make enough in this Bitcoin holding in the future to make up for this loss right now? Chances are you're not. You're not going to make enough appreciation that it's worth it.
Damn.
Because even when Bitcoin doubles, are you going to sell all your Bitcoin to like make up the money that you just spent? No. So when you start to think about it, bro, we are early in this game and we're young. And same with a lot of the folks on this call. I don't care how old you are. We're very early in this game and we understand how valuable Bitcoin is going to be. So what I would say is I'm going to separate Bitcoin from the rest of the altcoins. If you look at, there's websites that'll tell you the overall holding versus the trading volume. What you see is that Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Ripple have had the smallest amount of trading volume on exchanges, and the amount of holders have just gotten bigger and bigger over the years. That is a sign that those things are worth holding. But then you see the short interest and you see the trading volume on something like Algorand, or you see something like Matic, or you see Polygon, or any of these, you see the trading volume is only getting higher and higher. Because as these things pump, that's what rich people are selling off. They're going to sell off their Dogecoin before they sell the Bitcoin. They're going to sell their Shiba before they sell the Solana. And so I think altcoins and Bitcoin, I think we're going to have a break at some point. Because right now they all move the same. If Bitcoin goes up, everything goes up. I think at some point we're going to have a break. Bitcoin is going to become a long-term holding instrument. The trading volume is going to be basically almost zero because no one's going to be trading it on exchanges besides, market makers. And then the altcoins, people are just going to be trading in and out of just to speculate. That's what I think is going to start to happen next year. Bitcoin up, crypto's down.
So as far as long-term investment, you think you think like one, like me, I'm holding some crypto, right? Should I like sell off whatever I feel like and then buy again within next year or something?
The only things that I would sell are things that you actually don't want to own past the 5-year horizon. So the only things that I sell out of are my, have like 3 different parts of my portfolio: the long-term holds, the medium holds, and the speculative. I only sell the speculative shitcoins.
Right.
Because I invest in those, I wait for them to pump, and I sell them off and move the money over to my long-term holds. But if they're long-term holds for a reason, I'm never selling that shit.
Because I
ever.
Got 6,000 million Elon.
Yeah, so when those pump up, that's not a coin that you're like, oh, I'm gonna hold this for 5 years.
Right,
when Shiba Inu pumped up a couple months ago, and a lot of my friends had 5 figures off of investing like $900, you need to sell that shit off. That coin is worthless. It has no value. Yeah, so sell it off, bag the win, and put it into something that actually has value.
Yeah, Cardano is one of my big guys that I got a lot of trust in it. So I'm holding that long term.
Because here's the game: you're never going to sell your Cardano. You're never going to sell your Bitcoin. I have people ask me all the time, Roy, what do you mean you're never going to sell your Bitcoin? What are you holding this stuff for? So in 5 years, you can just hold it just to hold it. The future of finance is going to be collateralizing your assets. And this is what's happening now. Let's say that Jeff Bezos doesn't spend his own money. I hope you guys understand this. Jeff Bezos will put $10 billion of Amazon stock in collateral at the bank. The bank will loan him $10 billion. Okay? Then he will go spend this $10 billion that the bank gave him, and he will get to keep the Amazon stock. Now, what happens is over time, the Amazon stock becomes worth more and more and more. He'll take a small chunk and pay off the bank the $10 billion, and he'll have spent money that the bank gave him and paid them off using the growth of his stocks. This is how wealthy individuals spend money. Nobody spends their own money. No rich people spends their own money.
That's true.
And so what you're going to do in the future with crypto is you're never going to sell your Bitcoin to go buy the boat. You're not going to sell the Bitcoin to buy the Ferrari. You're going to collateralize your Bitcoin with an exchange. The exchange is going to give you a dollar denominated loan, and you're going to be able to use the cash that they give you to go start a business and to pay off the loan using the money from the business. You get to keep your crypto, and you get to start a business using their money, and you get to pay them off with the cash you're making from the business. So this should be everyone's priority. Use the speculative coins to blow up your money. Take that money, invest it in these long-term holds. These long-term holds are going to be what you collateralize in the future. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ripple, Cardano, Solana, etc., etc. Okay?
And that's where DeFi comes in.
Exactly. So my DeFi portfolio is my 3 to 5 year portfolio, but then I have my main coins. My main coins are things that are going to be investments. Justin, you got to realize like DeFi is going to be more, it's going to be like a base layer infrastructure thing. So anything that's built with DeFi, you have to keep the coins moving to have value, because they're utility tokens. You know, they're either a smart contract, they're either just like a currency, like a medium of exchange, in which case you can use anything else. So the Bitcoin and like Ethereum and those sort of like main chain tokens, people are only going to hold. The DeFi tokens that are built on top of Ethereum, those are going to continue to move around. And so there's a risk that the supply is going to change. The company has to create more supply to be able to run the system more efficiently. There's a risk that there's going to be dilution. There's a risk of a halving. There's a risk of all of these different, like a coin burning. So what people are going to hold is the main coins, and the DeFi is going to be more of like tradables, if that makes sense. Just think about it like the internet, guys. The biggest internet providers in the let's say the 80s, it was Cisco who provided the hardware equipment, and then IBM, which created the software to be able to run a lot of the programs. Those were the two juggernauts. And you wouldn't have been able to tell anybody that they weren't going to be the juggernauts today. Now, IBM and Cisco are both still around, even though they're both failing badly. But they're still around. It's insanity. Microsoft came and took the entire game because software became the future, not hardware. And then Apple, and they're like, okay, well, Microsoft is going to be the GOAT forever. No one's ever going to replace Microsoft. Well, tell that to Apple. Apple came by and basically ran Microsoft, through the wall. Then they're like, well, there's never going to be a bigger tech company. Well, tell that to Google, the monopoly of the internet. Well, okay, well, they own, search, but nobody's ever going to be bigger than them in terms of financials because they're the biggest money machine. Well, tell that to Jeff Bezos at Amazon, the largest cash machine that's ever been invented. So you start to look at the crypto market the same way. A lot of the coin of the future, the Apple, the Amazon of crypto probably hasn't been created yet. Food for thought. And that's what you guys kind of have to think about in evolution of this game, is like a lot of the coins that we hold today are going to be completely worthless in 5 to 10 years. That's why I'm saying don't marry a project, marry like the idea of the game. If someone's trying to sell you Solana, and the whole idea of Solana is it's an open source infrastructure for developers to create on, don't fall in love with Solana. Fall in love with the idea that developers are always going to want a base layer infrastructure so that they can create their own code. So whatever the next Solana is, if someone creates a better Solana that's better for developers, that pays them more, that gets them on chain longer, that has a better user interface, that is what you get. That's what you get. Yo, Jeff, could you mute your micro? So that is the. Okay, my bad. I was hearing some kind of feedback. So that's damn it. Buy crypto. Buy crypto. All right, let's go through these trades real quick. Let's see what we can find. Gold, if you took that trade, you are in deep profits. A perfect position, third touch on trend line, Fibonacci play.
Moving. And it's moving, bro.
Yep, it's almost 50 pips up.
It might break that high too.
This double top? It could. I don't see why not.
Are you bearish on the indices?
Yeah. Like I don't like to short breakouts, but this is the trade I see.
I like that. That's what I was seeing. I was seeing a Nasdaq trade. I sent you guys a chart yesterday on the private chat. That thing played out perfect.
For the short.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we did yesterday when we were trading live is we took the long position right here. Price pushed up. I actually closed all of my positions. I left
yeah.
one in break even.
I saw that one.
It came back, and then that's when I sent that markup. When it retested, I entered a short right here, and I caught the short down to the next zone.
I just feel like this thing just broke above. Oops, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But this was the idea from yesterday. So after we had taken the long and it closed bearish, and the body of the candlestick closed below support, that's when I knew that we weren't going to get the bullish continuation. And so I just took the short position, put my stop loss above the wick, and caught it to the next zone. My bad, Stefano. What were you showing?
I just did see the zone right here that you broke above it.
Mhm.
It's kind of see, that's the only thing that I don't like, because you know you're already printing those high highs and high lows. So
And there's a lot of confirmation here. Look at this.
yeah. So I kind of like see that thing pushing up.
It's possible. It's very possible. I just personally I don't know why. I have this intuitive sense of like the candlesticks don't look like the type of candlesticks that are going to flip bullish. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like when I look at Nasdaq and I see it try right here to hold support, like 3 or 4 multiple candlesticks that try to hold above support, and then a candlestick comes to fill below, usually that leads to a bearish move. If it had rejected down here and created a wick, and it's still early, we still have 7 minutes. All right. But if this creates a wick and it closes back above the blue zone, that's the only scenario where I would really see bullish.
Like a head and shoulder right there, like inverted head and shoulder.
That was like the original thought. It could liquidity grab, and then if we close above, we can catch the retest for up. But I would need to see the liquidity grab first. So I wouldn't take any long positions. We are at a buy zone, but I would not take this long position just yet. If we try to break through and we close above bullish, then I would enter a buy limit at the retest and just catch that push up. If we break below this line and then we retest it as resistance, double top right here, that's the short position. So this just takes a lot of patience. I don't think that the move is going to show itself. You can either catch the market open, so just catch the wick at the market open, get your 300, 400 pips and get out, or you can wait until anywhere between 10:30 to 11 and then catch like the dip or the pump. So that's kind of how I look at this. I'm probably going to just catch the market open, which is like a quick wick if I see the opportunity.
Go back to the 30-minute chart. See the previous impulsive move to the upside.
This one?
That one, yeah. That's what I would do. I will measure it and enter at the 62 or the 78. Yeah,
it's at the 61. I see the trade. It's just not ready yet.
Right.
So the zone is valid. The trade is just not valid yet. And that doesn't mean it's not going to be valid after it breaks and comes back up. But for right now, I wouldn't take this trade just yet.
I see.
Yeah, because this previous candlestick is still bearish. The momentum is still bearish. And until I see a wick rejection here that shows me that buyers are interested in holding the zone, because it doesn't show me that institutions have a buy limit here. Because if they had buy limits waiting at the zone, we would have seen a wick rejection. So as of now, I still haven't seen any buying interest at that level, that's kind of why it's making me think that bears are just going to run right through that zone.
Might do that long wick, like you said, liquidity grab and then push up.
Mm-hmm. Halfway through these two zones, halfway through, like somewhere like this previous area of structure here, somewhere like this could also be it. Wick down, push right back up. And that's why I say we don't predict, just react. We have the zones. We all know the rules. If something is testing as resistance, sell that bitch. If someone's testing as support, buy it up. It's really, really not rocket science. It's really just about like catching it live. And this is not going to happen for the next 2 hours. And so this becomes the whole game with trading. Is like we have the zones. Who's going to wait here, and who's going to catch the move, and who's going to be patient enough to wait for the wick out, to wait for the retest, to wait for the drop and retest before they short it. Or who's just going to like just start shorting now and then get caught in the retracement? So waiting for it is my biggest priority. I always make money when I wait a little bit, give it a chance, take a deep breath, wait for the market to fake out, and then catch the move. It's either going to break below or it's going to break above. And really, really, there's nothing else that can happen here. Stefano, congrats, my brother. You are up big bags.
Yep, I'm like 60 pips as of now. Entry as a 1800 and 1801.
Beautiful. I still see US 30 shorts. We'll have to see though. No prediction, reaction. And I am in profit on this Euro USD. Slight baby profits. I'm gonna send you guys the entry here in the chat. Okay, so here's my entry on Euro USD. It's that wick. I caught it at the wick. Then I'm in probably, how many pips is this? Probably like 20 pips profit. Nothing crazy. So Euro USD, pretty straightforward. Rejections off resistance. If you ever miss the sell off of resistance, just wait for a retracement, lower high. Wait for it to come back up and catch that re-entry. That's what we did. We missed the first sell, caught the re-entry. So this is a holder. I'll keep you guys updated on how that plays out. This is just one of those holders, set and forget. Oh my God, Stefano, your gold is bussing.
Come on, man.
Who took gold with Stefano? On YouTube or on the Zoom call?
I don't miss you. That's my baby right there, bro.
Say, I don't miss. Sheesh. Who took gold on YouTube? Hey, Roy, how many trades do you take at once? Usually anywhere between 1 to 2 trades. You need a camera, 1080p, better stream. Oh, leave me alone, Blit. What website do you use to see the trading holding volume for Bitcoin? To be honest, I just use CoinMarketCap. But if you just look at Bitcoin holders versus trading volume, you'll find a bunch of trackers.
You know what's crazy is that I took the sales right up there, and then I took the buys.
For gold?
Yeah.
You took the shorts at 1804?
Yeah, right there. I posted in the chat too. That's exactly what I was looking at.
Okay, so here's this one. There's data.bitcoinentity.org. So you can see like the overall exchange volume. This is all of the exchange volumes. So the way that I would just look at this is the numbers are kind of like staying stable, but towards the beginning of the year, like closer to the pandemic kind of era. Well, this is the month. Let me go to on a weekly. Can we go even more? 30 days. Let's do 6 months. Let's do 2 years. Okay. See, this is the chart that I want to see. So you can see the trading volume in 2020 was really high. It has these peaks, you know, probably when times get really bad. This is around January where the trading volume just went crazy. And then you guys can see the trading volume has basically bottomed out. So the amount of people trading Bitcoin has gotten lower and lower and lower over time, which shows that if there's less traders, that means there's more holders. Holders is what creates price appreciation. If everyone says, no, I'm not selling my Bitcoins, you're going to have to pay me more for it, then the price is going to go up. So the trading volume going down over time is kind of encouraging for the idea of price appreciation for Bitcoin. All right, we're rejecting the trend line and we are creating this wick. This actually could be a nice, this is looking like a better buy opportunity.
Yeah, I like the buys.
That first candle wasn't really looking the way I wanted to. This one is looking a little bit better.
Ooh, that shit looking crazy, bro.
Yeah, for now I'm just holding Euro USD, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to clear, I think I'm going to clear over 20% return on this trade if it just runs. The thing is, guys, since I've reached my goals for trading this month, I actually don't care about making money on this trade. And the secret is when you don't care about making money on the trade, what do?
Money.
You just hold it, right? You make a shit ton of money because you don't care about it.
That's
What
actually
if-
when you make money, you know, when you don't care.
For sure. That's why I tell everyone, and I'm releasing, guys, we're releasing some fire videos. It's a recap from all of the podcasts from the year and just like the top tips from everybody. And while I'm going through editing this stuff, it's the same advice all the time. It's like, if you are financially stable, then you're going to have a better mindset towards trading, a more relaxed perspective, and it's going to allow you to make more money. And so there's no shame in anybody here working and trading and using their job to fund their entrepreneurship and to really have that stability, because it's going to make you a better trader. It's going to allow you to peace of mind to trade effectively. Trading with peace of mind is a luxury, people. Don't ever get that mistaken. Trading with peace of mind is a luxury. If you have a shit ton of money on the side or you're getting a shit ton of money coming in, you can trade a lot differently than someone who is sort of like on their last leg. You feel me? All right, yo. So let's go ahead and wrap up the stream. You guys know the levels that we're watching. I'm not going to just sit here and kind of bore you guys to death. To be honest, my base case for NASDAQ is still shorts. I'm still seeing shorts, but react, do not predict. Okay, so if you guys are looking at this in the market open, it's going to make a move. It's going to come back up for a retest of that move. Your job is not to try to guess the original move, but to allow the market to give you the answer and then to catch the retest. Not rocket science. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please drop a like so that the algo can show us some love. It's been amazing spending time with you guys this year. We've been doing these live streams since April, nonstop. It's been incredible having you guys on here. It's been incredible sharing the value with y'all. Fundamentals, crypto, technicals, risk management, psychology, all the stuff that we talk about here. It's been incredible sharing it with you guys. I hope that you guys took some value away, and let's make next year the most incredible year of everybody's trading journey. If you're still doubting your ability to make money, I need you guys to understand that it really only takes one trade to make back your money. Jesus Christ. It really only takes one trade to make back all your money. It really takes damn. I had like a really important message here. Okay, yeah. It's making sure that you guys understand what you can accomplish next year. A lot of times when we're setting goals, we really only set goals based on what we already accomplished this year. So like, if you never broke a 4-figure trade, you're like, why the hell would I set a goal to make a 5-figure trade next year when I never even made $1,000 this year? That's not really how I want you guys to set goals. Don't short yourself. Do not pussy out of having big goals because you're scared of actually putting in the work. If you are willing, nothing is out of reach for someone who's willing to put in the work. So if you tell yourself, okay, I didn't break more than $700 in a trade this year, but next year I will hit my first 5-figure trade. Okay, there are levels to it. It's not going to happen out the gate. Don't try to force it in January. But what is going to happen is in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, you're getting up into the 4-figure range. Then all of a sudden, come November, you've been prepping all year, you put in one proper trade, great risk management, and it runs, 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 and you hit your first 5-figure trade. This is very possible for every person on this call. So ask yourself, how many pips do I need at what lot size to make a 5-figure trade? Now, is it possible for me to catch 200 pips, 500 pips, whatever it is on NASDAQ, gold, GJ, whatever it is? And you're going to spend the entire year mastering how to catch that 80 to 100 pip move that you need to actually make the money. And if you do that, the goal for you to make 5 figures in a trade is very in reach. Okay? If you haven't already grabbed your tickets to the FX Summit 2022, head over to FX Summit 2022. We have a very special announcement. Shout out to Top Tier Trader. Shout out to Top Tier Trader. They're officially co-sponsoring the event with us. Very happy to have them on board. Shout out to Q Banks. Shout out to Anthony's World. Really happy to have them on board. Another shout out to Richard Olson, the founder of Oanda, which is the most recognized and reputable regulated broker in the Forex game today. They've been around since '95. They are the first automated Forex broker that's ever existed, and they are the most recognized name in Forex brokerages. The founder, Richard Olson, is going to be one of the guest speakers at the convention. Today, I have a meeting with the executive team from TradingView to have them come speak at the convention as well about retail trading and how they view the markets. So this event is literally bigger than I think anybody is giving us credit for. This event is more important than anyone is really willing to admit. We have every single person in the social Forex environment showing up. We have some of the largest names in institutional trading showing up. We have some of the biggest names in media, Bloomberg, et cetera, showing up. Right now, we're in talks with the mayor of Miami, Mayor Suarez, Bitcoin guru, to show up. We have celebrities that are most likely showing up. So if you guys haven't grabbed your tickets, just ask yourself, what are you waiting for? You're like, oh, I'm just going to catch the next life-changing event in my industry. Now, how many lives do you think that you have? Say, oh, I'm just going to catch it in my reincarnation. I'll just go to these fun events in my reincarnation. How many lives do you think that we have? If you're going to be involved in an industry, make the most of it. Come show up, meet the community, look at the people really running this field, look at the people that have what you want, ask them good questions, say, how can I get where you are? Come and listen to the speakers speak on stage and be like, okay, this message hit very different than listening to it on YouTube, on a podcast. So if you guys are listening to this, understand how big this convention is actually going to be, understand how valuable it is to actually meet these individuals face to face, because it's what changed my life. It's what took my self-belief from making fucking $1,000 a month to now being able to make over 5 figures. It's a level of self-belief. Talking to these people face to face and they tell you, Roy, you're thinking too small. You need to make $1 million this year and stop looking to make your first 6-figure trade, whatever. You can make a 6-figure trade, Roy. And I'm like, wow, I can? You know, that level of self-belief that you have talking to these individuals, it's unlike anything that you can experience. And so this is my urge to all of you guys, is just don't miss this. This is not like oh, we're going to come support you, Roy. Look, I don't need the support. I need you guys to come and be successful. This is why we're hosting this whole event. So if you guys are interested in taking yourself to the next level, if you're interested in connecting with the industry, if you're interested in taking this thing to the next step and kind of being serious in this game, show up to the FX Summit 2022. We'll see you there, and we'll connect with you and the entire industry. All right. So you got to rub elbows with the gurus, and these guys aren't gurus. Like on social media, everybody's a guru. Oh, it's a Forex guru. Like all these guys, social media clout. It's all a bunch of clout. God, the people that I've met in this niche are some of the most honest and genuine people that I've ever met in my life. These guys, like when you hang out with them, they'll pull out a Coinbase portfolio and show you 20 million in a portfolio, right? They will pull out a MetaTrader 4, an MT4, okay, not any other specialized API, like an MT4, the same as all of us, and show you a $2 million live account. All right, they'll come pick you up from the airport, and also, like these are really, really awesome people. And when you get to talk to them and you really get them like face to face, and you're like, you know, like what should I really be doing, Q, to kind of take myself to the next level? Anthony, I know that you're, 27 years old, whatever you are, and you have all these millions. What can I do today to really take myself to the next level? He says, well, first off, your relationship with money needs to be where it's at. Now tell me, where the fuck are you going to read that? All right, Robert Kiyosaki, 4 cash flow quadrants. That shit is cool. Don't get me wrong. That shit is cool. What the fuck does that have to do with you? Okay, you read that Robert Kiyosaki book. You're just jumping around your room. I'm excited. What now? What next? Right? You got to ask people that are in your niche. Yo, I just took my first $10,000 withdrawal. What should I do? Wow. What a question. All right, that's all I'm going to say about the FX Summit. This is going to be the biggest Forex event. If you miss this, you're a square. That's all I can say. All right, great to see all of you. Short NASDAQ at the market open. Happy and safe trading. It's the last day of the year. This is the last live stream. It's kind of sentimental for me. I'm tearing up a little bit thinking about it, but next year is going to be even crazier. Every single time that we get on these streams to live stream, I'm going to try to go for 500 to 1,500 pips. We are going to shit on the entire industry and their fucking 15 pip trades and their one-to-one risk and rewards. We are going to shit on all these gurus that can catch one trade a month. We're going to do this shit every day. If you're a ChartAddicts member, you're going to see us do some sickening shit next year. Because I think that at this point, we're tired of playing with this industry. We're tired of fucking babying around. We're tired of people kind of not respecting our name in this industry. Nobody is catching 500 pips a move anywhere. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. So when I get on here, I'm catching 1,700 pips. I have caught enough pips on these live streams that I never need to trade again.
Facts.
I'm just going to say that out there. I'm like, I haven't talked my shit all year, but at this point, y'all, it's really important that people understand. What we've been doing on these live streams is not like what everybody else has been doing. You all are paying $99 a month for this shit. One of these calls is worth $99. All right. If you guys ask me, Roy, how much are you willing to pay for someone to literally hand you on a silver platter 1,700 pips? Well, 1,700 pips for me with a standard lot size is $17,000. Or on FTMO, it's 170 points, which is $1,700. So, Roy, how much would you pay to make $1,700 that somebody gave you the trade? I don't know, probably $1,600, right? Up to $1,600. Because I didn't call the fucking trade. I didn't do any work. So if you guys really start to internalize how much value that you've been getting in ChartAddicts, I think that you're going to turn up the heat next year and say, damn, I'm literally like robbing these people. I'm paying $99 a month and they're giving me $500 to 1,000 pips. Shit. I hope they don't figure out one day how much value they're giving out. Now, we know damn well what we're doing here. Okay. If you don't, now it's time for y'all to wake up. Nobody is coming close to what we're doing. And next year, I think all this humble shit has kind of put us in a corner. It's like, okay, yeah, ChartAddicts, you guys are like the analyst guys. You guys are doing great. Oh, the podcast guys. But when we pull out next year and we're talking our shit and all of our members can catch these moves ourselves, nobody in this bullshit industry is going to be able to catch up because I think there's only 4 real traders left in the whole game. Actually, that's BS. There's probably 10 or 15 real traders left and they're all coming to the fucking convention. Right? So that is, I'm talking my shit. I'm sorry if y'all just got on here for some trades, but this is me. All right. Nobody is coming close to the CA team next year, and I'll put my money on that. Hands down. Said they know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. This has got to hop. Love you all. Take it easy, Ozzy. Oz. They said the energy. Yup. That humility shit will get you overlooked, y'all. That humility shit will get you overlooked. It's really cool to be humble because, okay, I catch 1,500 pips. All right, you guys, see you tomorrow. Everything cool. I'm like, dude, these guys just caught 1,500 pips. Like, even though the energy wasn't that crazy, they know. Then I talk to people. It's like, oh, bro, I lost that trade from the live stream. How? We made money. Right? And so I really started to feel like, towards the end of the year that folks don't really understand how good we have it here. If y'all don't understand how good we have it, go hop on. I'm not going to call anybody up. Go hop on X and Y's stream, right? Catch your 7 pips and sit there and be like, okay, where's the rest of the trade? Wait, is that it? What do you mean, is that it? Over at ChartAddicts, we were catching fucking 500 pips.
Do they even do that? Like, who does that? Like, for real? Like, who's out there streaming live like we do?
They know who's out there. I'm not saying names, but you're trying to put me in a hole right now, Stefan. Trying to get me in trouble. They know who's out here streaming, bro. And I bet we've all been on these streams and we all know it's 99% of the time, it's no value. Talking about some bullshit, roasting somebody, doing this, that, and the third. When they finally catch a trade, it's 10 to 15 pips. Everybody put in the chat, 10 pips. We at least got to catch 50 to start talking our shit on this stream. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
They say, oh, pips don't matter. To who?
What?
And people are like, Roy, it's all about R&R. The pip count doesn't matter. But if you tell me that catching 10 pips is the same as catching 1,000 pips, you're out of your fucking mind. Maybe if you have a large enough account, all trades are the same because it's just R&R. When you have a $200 account, it fucking matters.
It counts.
It
Definitely.
fucking matters. Okay, making 10 pips with a micro is $1. Making 1,000 pips with a micro is $100. It's a big fucking difference. So it's my take on it, man. Like, with all due respect to everybody who's streaming out there, like, you know, see me with these hands.
You on fire today, brother. Glad to see you, bro.
All right, let's do something. I'm taking a little baby long position here on Nasdaq. Little baby long, baby long.
Bro, baby long, bro.
Just for fun. Just for fun. Just for fun.
Right here, bro.
All right, here's the trades. Here's the trades I'm in. I got UCAD shorts, Euro USD shorts, and I have a micro on Nasdaq that's been running for 2 weeks. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a slight position here. Slight leverage. What's up with it? My stop loss is going to be right below the previous low at 507. That's about a 200 pip risk, guys. That's 200 pip risk. It's 200 pips of risk. Nothing crazy. So a trade looks something like this. And then it could probably short at the market open. But for now, quick long up to 16,572. Remember, everybody, past profit don't equal future results. Make sure to apply proper risk management before taking this trade.
I think EJ shorts are lining up nice too.
Oof. Looks like a little bit late to that party.
Big time frame. I mean, I'm already in it. My market's
Oh. Yeah, this looks good. I would put a sell limit at 130.5 and just try to catch like a triple top. Yeah, I got to run to the restroom real quick. I'll be back in just a sec. If you guys have anything you want to put in chat, go ahead, put it in the chat. Any markups you got, put them in the chat. We'll review those in a sec.
Justin, what do you think of GJ?
I haven't looked at it yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The Euro and the CAD pairs have been treating me good. Let's see
Yeah. So you train your Euro pairs? EuroCAD, I know you were balling on EuroCAD. I know you sent that markup.
Yeah, I've been doing that since I've been in that trade since like last week, since it made the last lower high on the daily.
So what was your price, like 45,400, something like that?
45,900 was one of my first entries.
Oh damn, it's all the way up there.
And then I just caught another one at 145, right at 145, 100. And then it just broke support. So next week, once it retests, it gives me a nice candle pattern. I'll take another short on it, but I'm hoping it makes a lower low. So 141, 800-ish is my ultimate target.
Oh, all the way. That's a nice swing.
Yeah. I found that they treat me better, for real.
The ECAT, it moves, is really smooth.
Yeah.
I like the structure.
Yeah, I'm liking GJ. Let's see. I think we could get a nice retracement to go long again.
55 flat, 155 flat, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, what's up, y'all? So GJ broke below that resistance. So now I think just one more retest of 155.3. And we're going to head back down to this 154 support level. We can either hold that support or break under. So that's kind of that's that quick GJ outlook.
So you see short GJ?
For now, yeah, because we had broken above that resistance. So I was like, okay, let's look for those longs. And then now that we're breaking back below, I'm looking for those shorts. Yep. Oof. That closure is so sexy, bro.
Man, I think it's still push up.
Nah, yeah, I feel like now it's just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's getting ready to push. What time is it? 9:20. I'm basically sitting at break even on this NASDAQ.
That's the thing about the market open. It like it always moves crazy and grab that liquidity. So it might come back down to your stop loss, grab liquidity, and shoot back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What I'm actually going to do is close out my trade. Since I'm basically at break even, I'm going to close the trade and just re-enter at the market open.
Yeah, me too.
As opposed to taking the gamble of which direction it's going to whipsaw first, I'm going to close it in break even. And then catch it at the market open. So what do y'all think? What do you guys want? Do you want to trade the market open? Do you guys want us to stay on the stream and trade the market open, or what's up?
I'm staying here until you are.
I'll sit here all day, brother. As long as we're catching pips.
That's what I'm saying. I'm here till the end. Let's do this market open.
They said they only tell you to be humble when they want to stay above you. Hey, my boy's spitting. He says, greetings from Uganda, East Africa. I'm your biggest fan. K. Walter Timothy, appreciate you, my guy, all the way from Uganda. I think GJ is great for his sell. Gold long at 1807. I think the long was at 1798, my boy. AU ain't doing all that. Yen is getting strong, perhaps. I believe gold will arrange the rest of the day. The only other scenario I like is a push onto 1805 and then sells from there. So basically the same trade that we're in. Yes, let's do it. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll catch the market open together.
$78.6. You see that coming.
Sheesh, bro. Good call on gold. Wow, wow, wow.
Beautiful, bro.
That's why I stay in my lane, people. That's why I stay in my lane. You know, I had no idea what I was looking at on gold. I thought it was shorts. You gotta stick to what you know, man. You gotta stick to what you know.
We're forming an inverted head and shoulders right now.
On what? On NAS?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to look at patterns, there's a bunch of conflicting patterns. You have the inverted head and shoulders, kind of, because look at how low the left shoulder is. So I guess
Yeah.
it's kind of right there. But you also have bearish, lower high, bearish,
Yeah.
lower high, bearish, lower high.
That's so true.
So when you have conflicting information, that's why it's always just worth waiting for the extra confirmation. Because a lot of folks, like the old me would have just been like, oh yeah, like just guess the direction, which is kind of what I did impulsively for a second where I entered the buy position. But the rational me is like, there's too much conflicting data. You have the trend line touches, you have the inverted head and shoulders. That's screaming buy it right now. But the fact that we're still bearish and we're still making lower highs and the weekly momentum is bearish is saying we could break through. So since there's that much conflicting information, I just want to either wait for an engulfing up, catch the retest, or an engulfing down, catch the retest. Either of those would be a lot higher probability. If you do want to take the long, like no one's ever stopping you from putting on risk on your account. When I say I'm staying out, that's because of my personal strategy. And you have to understand, if the hundreds of people watching this, I'm not going to have everyone jump into impulsive trades. But most of you guys that are studying with us at ChartAddicts, you guys fucking know how to trade. You don't need my permission to enter anything. So if you guys see a trade and you want to get in, hop in that bitch. It's like that.
Sheesh. Gold, baby. Come on, man. I closed my gold longs, but damn. Help me, bro. Help me hold my trades, bro.
You closed the gold?
Yeah, I close it. Fuck it. I'm like, you know me, I close in blues. I don't care.
I mean, bro, as long as you close in blue, like yesterday, closing in blues was such an amazing feeling. Even though I barely made any returns, I made like less than 10% on the live account on the that 2K challenge account that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, $300. That's it. I walked away. The psychology it gave me was I was so confident coming out of that, bro. I was just catching left and right scalps for
Yeah.
like throughout the day. So the confidence that you get from closing in blues is unmatched.
It's
It's
on.
really unmatched.
Yeah. It's
So
like your mind adapts to seeing those blues, and you automatically just it searches for that trade, just closing blue, and it's crazy how it
so I'm
works.
I'm seeing shorts right now on Nasdaq. So the original idea was correct for the shorts. I think like if it wicks up and retests, I'm just gonna take a few short positions and ride this thing.
That shit's dropping, boy.
Yeah, it is.
I might reject that though. 9:26, 4 more minutes.
Here comes that retest for EJ too.
That's all you, brother. I'm already in this Euro USD, so I'm not gonna double dip into euros. But I think it's the same idea. It's the bearish euro.
Euro's been treating me nice.
There we go, man. Stick to what makes you money. If it makes money, it makes sense.
You feel like that's a liquidity grab, that NAS drop? That's an insane drop.
Very possible. I mean, it's not really that insane, bro. I'm telling you. Bearish,
For
lower
NAS,
high, bearish, lower high, bearish. You know what I'm saying? Like the obvious move is the bear. The unexpected move would be if this thing wicks back up at the market open. So it's pretty simple. If it starts to drop and then at the market open it wicks all the way back up, then it'll have shifted directions. But for now, I really just feel like we broke out of the trend line. We're going to retest at the market open and then come down here, and then maybe we can buy it from down here. Draw this straightforward.
Do you have any sell limit set up right now?
As of now, no. What I'm going to do is I'm about to move over to the smaller time frame. I'm going to look for a shorter time frame retracement, and I'm going to short it off of the smaller time frame retracement. Just manual 515, because I have the MetaTrader open right in front of me, and I already have the parameter set up. So my stop loss is above this consolidation. It's at 540. So I'll basically have the order already set, and then if I see the trade that I'm looking for, I'll just hit buy or sell, just so I can get the entry that I want.
I have a question, Roy. When you feel like you have a conflicted bias, do you feel like you want to move on to the next pair, or you still look for your opportunity on the same side, like you just like you're doing now?
If I'm like really conflicted, I just stay out. Nowadays, I know that there's nothing good that's going to come from gambling. So I was conflicted at first. That's why I just stayed out. Now I am very, very positive about where the market's going. This is bearish. It's about as bearish as it can get. So now all I'm looking for is a retracement of this liquidity zone and then a short. So at first I was conflicted. Once the market shows its hand, it's very hard for us to be conflicted after the market shows us what it wants to do. At that point, we're just ignoring it. We're ignoring the signs. But let's take like gold, for example. I was conflicted, and so I didn't take it. I did see your perspective 100%, and same with GJ. But because there was a conflict, I saw too many patterns on both sides of the buy and the sell. I would just rather stay out, either wait a little bit longer or move on to the next pair. Nowadays, I mostly trade NASDAQ, so there's no other pair for me to move on to. I just basically wait it out.
Market just open.
Yep. We're pushing big bearish. So I think this is the retracement for the shorts right here.
You tell me, I'm ready.
But it's almost there. All right, I'm entering a small short position right now. So instead of 0.2s, I'm going to do 0.05s. Alrighty, I'm in for the shorts.
Same here.
All right, I'm in some profits, like some instant blues. So I'm going to close some of those just so I can close some in blues and then hold the rest of this trade. If it ends up just wicking up really, really hard, then I'm going to close the shorts and then I'll reverse and enter buy positions. But for now, I'm in some baby profits. So what I can do is just like take some blues off the table and see if I can move anything to break even. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So we're rejecting the middle of the range like we talked about earlier. And so if we can't break this support down here and we just keep forming support in the middle of this range, then we will be respecting the inverted head and shoulders. But if we fill this area here and continue down, then 430 is our target. So it's all about a little bit of patience and just watching this candlestick close. So the trade that we're in looks like this. What the? Okay, and then go ahead and send this out. Okay. So for our short position, we just do not want this candle to close back above that blue zone. If it wicks and closes above the blue zone, buyers are probably going to take the rest of the session. So for now, we just need to stay below the blue zone, and that's basically it.
Gold going crazy.
Damn, buyers are holding that support pretty strong. It's the moment of truth, folks. It's the moment of truth.
It could drop.
Oh, you mean NASDAQ?
Yeah, it could drop.
Yeah, but I mean, it's whenever I see it get this aggressive and it starts to wick this quickly, this usually indicates longs. You'll see like wick actions typically indicate a push in that direction. Wick action indicates a push in that direction. So this wick action is not making me confident in the shorts. I'm still holding because it hasn't closed above yet, but you know, the way that it's looking now, it's pretty aggressive on the bullish side. So we hold a net. Boom, boom, boom. Who are the top 10 traders in no order? They're on the FX Summit page. You can go see them. When inflation hits and the dollar loses value, how can I exchange Bitcoin since Bitcoin only value is exchanged for something else? You can exchange it for other cryptos. And so if you don't want to sell your cryptocurrencies and move into like the dollar so you don't lose value, you can move it out into a stable coin, or you can move it into an alternative coin, like an altcoin. Oh, gold flew. Sheesh.
Look at that, bro. Look at that, bro.
All right, GJ shorts not looking good anymore. Still holding Euro USD. Still holding UCAT shorts. And NASDAQ is officially looking like longs to me. NASDAQ is officially looking like longs.
Should we
God,
go?
this is...
Market open is crazy though.
I need to give it a chance. I need to give it a chance
Give it a chance.
to
Gold.
come down and fill. But I'm gonna be pretty honest. I'm honestly gonna be pretty disappointed if this thing flips bullish.
That's insane. Gold.
Yeah, gold's at 1807,
Yo,
pumping.
crazy. Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
Great trade, bro. Great trade.
It's a badass trade, bro. I'm telling you. It's what I know to do.
Fuck yeah, it is. Perfect entry, perfect trade.
That's it. Bro.
Amazing. I'm literally sitting here considering my strategy to just close this. Like, damn. It's the market open, man. It's the market open. It's that conflict. All right, I'm gonna just hold. If it breaks back above and gives me a retest on the bullish side, then I'll take the buys. I think it's like the simplest way that I can play this game. I'm gonna hold it. If it hits my stop loss, I'll re-enter for the buy positions and try to make my money back. Am I disappointed about the way that this trade went? Yeah, but you're not gonna win every trade. We entered the longs a little bit too early. And the shorts, even though they were in profit, just ended up reversing a little bit too quick. That's that market open.
And gold might short from there. It's crazy how I see the market. Like, it's crazy.
I think gold's gonna push through.
Push through the whole level.
Yeah, bro. Look at that candle.
It already broke that high. Yeah.
Momentum is crazy. So direction and structure are key, but in the shorter time frames, on the moment to moment, momentum is more important than structure. This is a huge lesson I learned this year. So because the momentum is so aggressive, yes, there is structure here, but a train can go through a piece of plywood. Now, is this a piece of plywood or is this a brick wall? I don't know. I think the brick wall is a little bit higher. It's at 1810. So maybe we push through this resistance, go to 1810, and then at 1810, we can get a short. Or at 1809.
180875. I see.
Yep, very possible.
Bro, I took another short on Nas. Fuck it.
Bro, the end of the year, it's been moving so slow. Like, this move should have already happened. The reason I trade NASDAQ, the reason I do the market open is because I want my answers fast. I don't want to sit here and like, pussyfoot around the answer. Tell me I'm either right or wrong. It's like, oh, but Roy, the patience in the markets. Well, I trade, USD CHF if I wanted to wait 3 hours for an answer. But at the end of the year, the volume is the volume is so low that we're not really like, just got to wait up until like an hour and a half to 2 hours for these trades. So at this point, I can't really close the short unless it hits stop loss or until we give it a chance for the next like hour or so.
It's gonna go.
Bro, I don't know. I'm looking at it on my MT4. On my MT4, it looks like it's gonna fly bullish. But we'll have patience. Patience is key. Patience is key. Like I said, we let the market prove us wrong. I sometimes miss out on trades because I'm waiting for the candle to close and it moves so much that the R and R is bad. Yeah, if you're gonna wait too long, you have to understand your pair. If you're gonna wait too long and miss the move, then you're always gonna be missing entries. So understand your execution criteria and then enter without hesitation once the market gives you what you need.
I got in again at 525, 16,525.
That's where you got in, 16,525.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good entry at least.
Yeah, that's what I got in. Some profits. I think about 80 points, 8 points, 80 pips.
I'm in some drawdown. I'm in this DD right now.
Go flew, man. Whoa, bro. I was gonna send out a signal too, bro. Fuck it. Just for the heck of it.
Are you still holding that Bitcoin trade from earlier, Stefano?
I am.
Jeez.
You won't take the short right now, Stefano?
So,
So now I'm fucking with you.
no, I won't.
Said, who wants to step right in front of the train?
No.
Yo, the funniest thing is trading against the momentum and just like standing right in front of the moving train.
It's crazy. You get wrecked.
Okay, you know, Nasdaq is now starting to look better. We're starting to close below that support. We're starting to, we retested that trend line.
Come on, man.
Can't celebrate too soon on this pair, bro. This joint flip on you right now. 5 million pips to the upside. Roy, what happened?
Okay, you did not scope, bro. You did not scope, bro. I trust you.
Oh man, I love that goat shit, but really, bro, it's just about patience. Like you guys saw, I am very uncomfortable holding this position right now because of the conflicting information. The only reason that I make money in this market is because I'm willing to hold. I'm willing to hold through the discomfort. If I make money right now, it's not because I'm special. It's not because I'm better than anybody. It's because somebody here closed early because they saw red, and me and Stefano entered a few positions. You know, it's the only difference.
Okay.
I'll show you guys the before and after, like the DD I was holding versus how it ended up, like how we started versus how it's going. You guys know those posts? I'll send you those because your boy was in some DD earlier. Your boy was in some DD, and now we in some blue blues, baby.
Fucking go.
Go ahead, fucking talk to me different.
Yo, stop playing.
Yo, if anybody here follows QB Stu, you guys know the memes he's been making. Stefano, you know the joint I'm talking about? But I do this. He said, y'all trading with the trade bender. I do this. Come on, put a 1 in the chat if y'all winning this trade.
Yo.
Easy bag. And then the joint starts reversing on you and you're like, oh shit. Oh shit.
He's too funny though. I saw he's like driving his car and he's like, these potholes in Atlanta, they killing me.
Y'all see this? Or is it just me?
Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. 2 trades today. Gold and NAS. Both winning. Stop playing.
Roy just broke out the pre-quarter on the market.
Woo.
You said I broke out the what?
The pre-quarter.
Yo, look at that.
The fluke, cut.
That was funny as shit. He goes with the flute beat.
I'm booking right now. Screw
Same.
that.
I'm literally booking not all of my positions except for one. I'm gonna hold one of the positions.
Booked. Mr. Roy Dunia, thank you very much. I appreciate
Hold a runner, please. If you love your account, hold a runner.
I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold that 1 micro right there. Fuck it.
Beautiful. But no doubt, brother. Appreciate you getting on. Appreciate you for always calling out these gold hitters. Bro, this tag team can't be beat. With Stefano getting on here and calling these gold shorts all the time, or calling these gold trades in general all the time, and I'm over here calling NASDAQ, no matter what you trade, you can get on here and make some money. So really happy to have you on, Stefano. Great to see everybody on this live stream today. Biggest takeaway from today, the last live stream of the year, patience pays. Okay? What was the first thing that we did? We took a long position, premature. Okay, then we had a change of mind. I was like, damn, this is a little bit of gambling. Let's get out. The flexibility and confidence to get out of the trade and not like marry that trade. Then we took the other side of the position. And then even though we were in drawdown, still held the trade. It came down and gave us a better entry. We re-entered the trade. So the lesson here is be flexible. Don't marry a position. And the most important right now is close in blues. If you close in blues, your day looks like this. Okay? You close in blue. And I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. 511. Boom. Okay, UCAT shorts are bussing. NASDAQ shorts are bussing. Good stuff. Do you have a Telegram? I want to connect with you. Don't do social media. Guys, do I have a Telegram? ChartAddicts is the single most successful coaching service for traders today. Go over to chartaddictsfx.com If you guys want to have a successful 2022, grab a membership, work personally with myself, Stefano, and our other coaches, and develop your trading to get to the next level. A lot of you guys are almost there. It's like execution, risk management, some psychological things, your relationship with money, money management, taxes. It's only the last step that you guys need in order to be successful. Come work with a coach and solve all your problems so that you can actually move on next year and not recreate the same problems over and over again. ChartAddictsFX.com. We have a signals service, strictly just signals. And then we have a one-on-one coaching service where we teach you how to trade like us. We work with you personally one-on-one, and that is the service. So if you are not already a Chart Addicts member, head over to ChartAddictsFX.com if you guys want to have a successful year and get your trading in the right direction, moving to the next level. It said searching for an active Discord. Grab a membership, you get access to the Discord. It said head down to the 15-minute time frame. See, this is why I'm running the show, people, because you don't go down the time frames. Once the trade is heading in your direction, and I took this trade on the 1 hour and the 30-minute, there's nothing on the 15-minute that's going to be useful for me. It'll probably just end up talking me out of my trade. The 30-minute is the structure. If the 30-minute is holding, because that's the time frame that I did my analysis, that is where I'm going to be making my decisions. Same with the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So the 15-minute, yes, there is a wick, but it's very deceiving. This candlestick can come up bullish, 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 and be like, oh, maybe we should close this trade, as opposed to just having a higher time frame perspective and being more patient. We still have 12 minutes for this candle to play out. It says GJ looking like a nice short. Yeah, it was earlier as well when we called it. But now, in all honesty,
I sit here and crack up to your answers all day long. This is hilarious.
What do you mean?
Well, your best one was last week when the dude asked if you're Muslim when you're asking for Christmas gifts. I'm Muslim. I'm asking for Christmas gifts, blood.
Oh, man. Look, I'm just shooting the shit. I don't know what to tell you guys. When you get on these streams, you're going to get me. All right? You're going to get 100% of me. That's the promise I can give you guys. I can't ever be somebody else. It's impossible. So if you guys get some sarcastic ass answer, just know it's all love. If you guys get some fucking wonky answer you're not expecting, just know it's all love. Someone will be like, do you trade NASDAQ? I'm like, we've been on this NASDAQ for an hour. No, dude, I don't trade NASDAQ. I just do this here. I just do this here for free. I get on here and I stare at NASDAQ in the mornings, literally for free. Like, what kind of fucking question is that? My dude hops on an hour late to the stream. Should I get in the trade? Buddy, the trade, we just hit take profit. Yeah. You know what? Yes, enter the trade. So you guys are going to get sarcastic answers from me. Next year, what I can promise you guys on these live streams is that I'm only going to bring on the best guests. So we're going to have the James Storms, the Lambo Raouls, the Q Bankses. They're going to be on this live stream with us, and they're going to be catching these pips with us. I'm excited to show them what we can do. I'm excited to show them how we really rock. I'm excited to make these people some money, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, Q Banks is showing up. He's going to give us a trade. I'm trying to give Q Banks a trade. I'm trying to get Q Banks to short, to get off that U30, hop on this NASDAQ for a day. You guys see what I'm saying? So next year is going to be fucking awesome. I'm really excited for all of you guys to join us. And a lot of you guys that are watching on YouTube, I hope to see you on the Zoom next time as a Chart Addicts member. A lot of the Chart Addicts members that are on the Zoom, I hope to continue to see you guys interacting in the future, sending up your markups in the chat so we can have a collaborative environment as opposed to more of like a lecturing environment. All right? Stefano, bro, your zones are OD. I don't know what to tell you. Gold longs and shorts, everything worked out. Boom, boom,
Bro,
boom.
Can you believe I took the shorts too? Oh man, it's just like I have everything like drawn on
Oh,
my.
say swear you took the shorts.
Bro, I'm gonna show you, bro. I'm gonna show you.
God, Stefano is one of a kind. Y'all want to, if y'all ask, like, how does Chart Addicts choose its educators? What is the criteria to become a Chart Addicts educator? That right there. Whatever that factor is, whatever that it factor is, that's what you need to come and be on this team.
I'm gonna send the short in the Discord group so you guys can show it here. Let me see here.
Done dilly.
Yeah, just sent it.
This is why we hold a runner, man. This is why we hold a runner. If this NAS keeps pumping all day, we're going to be looking really good. So UCAD, Euro USD, NASDAQ, everything is now in profits. And I'm happy for the day. Okay. I got to hop off. I got a shit ton of meetings today. If you haven't already grabbed your tickets to the FX Summit 2022, you're a bum. All right. We'll see you guys at the FX Summit 2022. Grab your tickets. If you're a ChartAddicts member, you get 50% off your tickets. Might be a little good incentive for you guys to grab a membership. All right. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy, happy and safe trading. Peace. Oh, last thing. If there is an update on the NASDAQ trade, I will send it in the form of a markup. Happy and safe trading, y'all. The very last live stream of the year from ChartAddicts to you guys. Peace.